Hi everybody. Okay, so I came online today to share something with you all that really should have occurred to me. But I have a chest infection that I've been battling for a few months. Not a few months, I think a few weeks now. I'm coughing a lot, and the stuff that's coming out is the usual mucus. I have had a chest infection for a while, and the thing is, like, my electronic torture in comparison to some other people around this country is literally so low that when something like this actually comes up, it never occurs to me that the numerous infections or my body being run down could be a result of sleep deprivation plus the electronic weapons that are being fired. Well, the electronic weapons are causing the sleep deprivation. But it never actually occurs to me that the sleep deprivation plus the electronic weapons being fired are what is actually causing me to have all these infections and be sick, like my tooth infection and now my chest infection. And, the radiation is causing a whole gaggle of infections with so many different people. I mean, dermatitis, I think the chest infection is called pneumonitis or something like that. I'm not sure, but you've got dermatitis on the skin. You've got chest infections. You've got the apparently an overactive keratin as a result of inflammation. So the inflammation and the infections that come with them, all of them are as a result of non-ionized radiation. Somebody noticed that, when they use anything involving a blue light, they're likely to cough more. Since I got the lamp here from a friend bringing it over, I'm not coughing as much. I don't have as much sickness going on. And it's not just that. I've made some other changes around the home, like small changes that have kind of been responsible for my health improving. So I'm not having as many issues health-wise, both physically and emotionally, since I've decided not to use those lights so much, because anything with a blue light, doesn't matter if it's a smartphone, laptop, especially Wi-Fi is actually the worst. Anything with a blue light already emits one of the two deadliest frequencies on the planet. So that's A. B, the electronic weapons being fired on specific targets on top of that, it further degrades the immune system. Because remember, if you're subject to sleep deprivation, either through noise pollution or harassment or psychological torture on a daily basis, or you're subject to sleep deprivation due to the weapons being fired on any parts of your body, that's also playing a part in shutting down your immune system. In fact, sleep deprivation is probably the most important part of all of this, because you can live without food for a good long while. You can live without water for a good long while, but sleep? Oh, that's a big one, boy. When you can't sleep, it impairs your body's abilities to detoxify and recover from any stresses that the body has been throughout the day. So it kind of explains why I've been coughing so much. I've had a chest infection this entire time, and the chest infection was most likely caused by non-ionized radiation. And plus, it doesn't fucking help that I'm staying indoors all the time. But even then, when I get outside, I get weapons fired on me anyway, which further contributes to the irritation in my lungs and to the infections in my body. So yeah, like, I was walking around with this chest infection, like coughing my guts up. But the thing is, the targeting electronically with me is so low, it never fucking occurred to me. And I know how it sounds. I know how it sounds to a lot of UTIs out there who are getting fucking hammered with this technology every single day. I get it every day too, but it's just not on the same level. I'm among one of the lowest victims of electronic torture in the country. And you have to remember, the person that scanned me has scanned hundreds of people. And I'm one of the lowest. I'm among the lowest. So, you know, so in my case, it was like, yeah, I get electronically tortured, but it's so minimal, like throughout the day, that it never occurs to me that the cumulative effect of the non-ionized radiation being deliberately fired on my body could cause massive amounts of infection. So I just wanted to just give the public service announcement. I'm sure a lot of you knew everything that I'm telling you already. I'm sure a lot of you knew, but like, it just never fucking occurred to me. And I feel like the reason it never occurred to me was partially because, once again, my electronic torture has always been relatively low in comparison to some other people. But the second thing is that when you think about all the things that gang stalking has done to you, when you think about what the perps have done to you and continue to do to you every day, not just the street theatre, not just the gaslighting, not just the noise harassment, not just the sleep deprivation, not just the electronic torture, like literally all of it. And then on top of that, isolating you from your relationships, which again further degrades your immune system, isolating you from your relationships, isolating you from the people you love. You know, all of this has a knock-on effect. So if you have to sit there and think about all the things that is being done to you as a targeted individual every single day, you would lose your fucking mind. And I feel like that's why it never occurs to us TIs sometimes that, you know, the numerous infections that we have, or certain illnesses that are apparently genetic, are not genetic at all. They were actually caused by microwave weaponry that was fired on families intergenerationally. Like, we don't even want to entertain that possibility. And it's not because it couldn't be true. It's just because there's so much evil and negativity already in your life as a targeted individual. You don't even want to think about how deep that rabbit hole goes. When it comes to what's being done to you alone, you don't even want to think about it. So when these infections come up and when these illnesses come up, instead of thinking to yourself, maybe it's the weapons, or maybe it's the weapons, you don't want to blame everything on the weapons, because again, if you're me, the electronic torture is rather low level. Again, if you're me, right? That's A. B, you don't want to be gaslit. When you start talking about the effects of radiation on the body, you don't want to be gaslit. That's B. C is that gang stalking is so fucking evil and so relentlessly evil. You just don't even want to talk about it anymore. After a certain while, it's so evil and so fucking gross. You just don't even want to talk about it anymore. But in the meantime, there are all these illnesses coming up. All this damage to your immune system that's happening. And all the while you're lying there, like, you know, kind of dissociating from your own body and your own experiences to be able to survive the situation. But no, the chest infection is definitely the electronic weaponry. Definitely the electronic weaponry. Which really leads me to my neighbors. I think they've been using my internet. If they really want to use my internet, considering what that thing does, they can be my fucking guest. And I know it sounds harsh, but they can be my guest. If they want to ruin their immune system just so they can feel they have one over me, they can do it. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. But that's if they're using it. They might not be. They might not be, but I think they are. I think they've been using it. And, you know, at first it pissed me off, but then I thought, well, considering the damage that thing is doing, be my fucking guest, mate. be my fucking guest. Like I said it from the beginning. When a TI is attacked, it's not just the TI that goes, it's everyone else, literally. So, up to them, innit? Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta go to sleep. I got to go get my hair cut tomorrow. And then I gotta do the market store on Saturday. I've got a lot going on this month. So it's gonna be very interesting to see whether I can get it all done. But yeah. You guys take care. Peace and blessings. Love you, my fellow TIs. Bye-bye.